Oh, we are in so much trouble. Just look at the state of our clan. There are 4 cats in the medicine den. 1 cat has already died from green cough, which our leader now has. Burrowpaw has a slowly worsening infection in their tail. Spikepaw and Bluebell Blossom are both also struggling with their own injuries. And we also barely have enough food for the next moon. And we don't have enough cats to hunt. So I'm very worried we're not gonna be surviving very well going forward. Here, I thought that our clan was doing well. I thought we had finally hit our stride. We were finally gonna be progressing, like, as a pretty well-managed clan. But no, apparently everybody is in some danger. Everybody is at risk of death, and I am very, very worried. But, you know, this does just suddenly hit me. Like, every now and then, I forget that this is a post-apocalyptic challenge where survival is a huge struggle. Like, I've gotten a little used to having a little bit cushy. I've gotten a little used to having a little bit of a buffer in terms of, like, how many cats we have. Oh yeah, we're surviving pretty well. No, now we're struggling again. And we're also in the middle of Leaf Bear, which is when things are at their, like, resources are very scarce right now. I'm pretty afraid to hit the next moon button. But I suppose I'm going to have to, aren't I? So... yeah, we don't have enough prey for next moon. Wildpaw believes they're meant for something greater. Okay, interesting. Burrowpaw's poor mangled tail is swollen and hot to the touch. And Wildskitter searches the herb stores for those that fight infection. Okay. But hey, Burrowpaw is now Burrowdon, apparently. Petunia Mask sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as they watch Burrowpaw be named Burrowdon and honored for their wit. They consider themselves lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat and look forward to seeing the warrior they become. Burrowdon, I don't know if it's because you've got enough experience somehow from being holed up in the medicine den, or if it's just like, look, you've been an adult for so long and still haven't had your apprentice ceremony. It's about time we made you a warrior. Jewelpaw misstepped and slipped from a rock, but landed on their own feet nimbly. Their clanmates commenting on the show of dexterity. You scared me for a moment, Jewelpaw. We have too many injured cats. I cannot have you getting hurt too. Please, please, I cannot have that. No. But Saffron Star thinks the prey that Wildpaw is biting into looks delicious and is helping Furledpaw pick burrs out of their fur. Wild Skitter is telling jokes about Saffron Star and thinks that Jewelpaw is very helpful. Petunia Mask is sharing prey with Bluebell Blossom, who wishes that they could get their pelts to shine like Furledpaw's and can't help but laugh when Wildpaw tells a funny joke. Burrowdon surprises Furledpaw with something nice, and Pete acknowledges Furledpaw with a twitch of their whiskers. Furledpaw seems to be doing quite well. Pete notices that Spikepaw doesn't want to help out. Spikepaw, what's going on? Jewelpaw cheers Spikepaw up after a small disagreement. Furledpaw always thought Petunia Mask had it all figured out, so they're surprised when Petunia Mask asks for help. I mean, let's be real, right now, the deputy is a little bit overworked with everything that's going on. Spikepaw had a huge argument with Wildpaw. Oh boy, well, I hope that you resolve it. We still have 4 cats in the medicine den. It's still concerning. And where are you? Burrowdon? Okay, yeah, it says that you're prepared, so you must have gotten just a little bit of extra experience while you've been cooped up in the medicine den. But look at everybody! Everybody is so not doing well. Saffron Star is assessing some apprentices. It could be like because you're both cooped up in the medicine den, like you had an opportunity to assess Bluebell Dawn. That could be it. Petunia Mask is also assessing the apprentices. Okay. Well, no, it wasn't Bluebell Dawn, it was Burrowdon. You know what I mean. There's a lot of cats that have similar names. Wild Skitter is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. I mean, it could be like you're like, geez, with everything that's been going on, maybe I should just like leave and become a kitty pet. I won't have to deal with all this crap. I can totally feel that. Just please don't leave us for a kitty pet life, please. Jewel Paw is giving somber advice to a fellow apprentice. Somber advice. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting for a little apprentice, but okay. Pete is giving some advice to Wild Paw. How is Wild Paw? I'm a little concerned. Bluebell Blossom thinks Jewel Paw will make a good medicine cat. Oh, that's good, that's good. Burrowdon is wondering what the inside of a two-leg den looks like. Okay. Wild Paw is acting angsty. Oh my gosh. I can see that. Like, oh, you're still an apprentice and you're 15 moons old. Your sister was made into a warrior already. Wild Paw. Oh, sweetie. You're acting angsty. You believe you're meant for something better. You're still an apprentice despite your sibling who's been cooped up in the medicine den getting their warrior ceremony before you. It's so unfair, isn't it, Wild Paw? Furled Paw feels a sense of dread. I hope that this is... Well, I don't hope that it's over. I hope that everything is fine. But I hope the sense of dread is over the sicknesses and not, like, what I was just talking about, because that could very quickly go south, given, like, narrative flow stuff. Spike Paw is eavesdropping on Burrowdon. Oh, dear. And how are you? You can't work with that condition. How is our food? We have 12 prey, and we have 4 cats that are able to hunt. We need to hunt as much as possible. Oh wait, all these cats are hungry right now. And Wild Skitter is the only one who is satisfied. Okay. I'm going to be feeding the apprentices first. The injured cats get fed first. So, first off, I think Burrowdon has it the worst. So I'm gonna feed you a little bit of prey. Then Bluebell Blossom, I'm gonna feed you some prey. Spike Paw. Saffron Star, I think I think Saffron Star has lives to spare and would wait until everybody else is fed. So, and Petunia Mask, I feel like would also kind of hold off until everybody else is fed. Spike Paw, I think, can be fed again. Yeah, we're rationing prey. I'm gonna be doing less nutrition first, because, like, that's the best way to keep cats from starving. I would say sick and injured first, but I'm gonna be doing that manually from this menu. Speaking of hunting, though, let's go ahead and send Wild Paw and Petunia Mask. Oh, I have 6 cats that are able to hunt, apparently. I'll send you with your apprentice as well. Oh wait, no, we have 4 cats that are able to hunt. You know what? I might as well send all 4 of you. And hopefully, even if you bring back just a tiny bit of prey, you'll bring back enough to feed. You catch a scent of a fox, tracking it down. The cat spot a kit fox wandering through the grass, carrying a mouse in his jaws. There's 4 of you. 3 of you are adults. And at least one of you is good at fighting. I think you're gonna go after this fox. Furled Paw wanders up to the kit fox, swagger in their steps as they take the opportunity to be the bigger predator for once in their life. The kit fox takes one look at the patrol backing Furled Paw up and decides it's time to be elsewhere as fast as its legs can take it, leaving the single skinny mouse it's still behind. A small amount of prey is brought back to camp, but with 4 cats, that's just enough to feed everybody. Or most everybody. So Jewel Paw and Wild Skitter do some herb gathering. Worry about their stores of burdock and anticipating the plant's new leaf growth, Wild Skitter heads out to replenish the clan's stocks, bringing Jewel Paw along. Maybe they're just coming down with a runny nose, but Wild Skitter doesn't manage to sniff out any burdock, and it feels like a wasted afternoon. They avoid snapping at Jewel Paw, who seems unable to identify the common herb, but they definitely come close. Oh, I wish you were able to find it. How are your medicine stores looking? I don't know what treats. Wild garlic, apparently. Apparently wild garlic is very useful for mangled tail. But, okay. Okay, I had to pause for a moment, but I totally forgot what I was doing. I say I paused for a moment. I paused for like 10 minutes. Completely forgot where I was at. I think it's time for me to move on to the next moon. Pretty sure. Yeah, everybody else has gone on patrol, it seems, so on to the next moon, I suppose. Feather Clan doesn't have enough prey for the next moon. I will have to do something about that. Saffron Star no longer has green cough, thank goodness. But Saffron Star saved Jewel Paw from a big dog that was badly injured, please. Okay, well, Wild Paw grumbles to himself as Saffron Star changes just a single word in the ceremony, but they know better than to correct them during such an important ceremony. They can speak to Saffron Star about it later. For now, they listen as they are given the name Wildfire and they're honored for their commitment. Wildfire, you've been very angsty lately. You've been very main character focused today. You're just like, yeah, I know better about all this. I could do better. I could just Wildfire, please, please. Burrowdon's poor mangled tail swollen and hot to the touch, and Wildskitter searches the herb stores for those that fight infection. Please, we need stuff to do that. We need stuff to take care of everybody. Saffron Star proudly calls a clan meeting to honor Pete's service to the clan. It's time they retire peacefully to the Elder's Den. Oh, Pete. Well, okay. And Spike Paw's dislocated joint has been popped back into place and is feeling much better. It just occurs to me that we are still down 3 cats. I guess now we're down 4 cats. Pete's not even like elder age yet, but okay. In relationships, Saffron Star called Wild Paw the wrong name and had a nice talk with Petunia Mask and Pete while they were eating. And thinks that the prey Spike Paw is biting into on the other side of camp looks delicious. Please stop getting jealous of everybody else over their prey. That is probably one of the ones I get most annoyed by. Wild Skitter feels a chill after noticing Burrowdon nearby. Oh dear. And Wild Skitter saw Spike Paw the other day, but didn't get a chance to meow hello. Aw. Petunia Mask thinks Wild Skitter is very helpful. Bluebell Blossom wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Wild Skitter's. Wildfire playfully teases Spike Paw for missing a catch. Burrowdon and Wildfire have a long discussion about goals and aspirations and find that they have a lot in common. Pete surprises Jewel Paw with something nice, and surprises Wild Skitter with something nice. Jewel Paw quickly apologizes after bumping into Frilled Paw. They have a small laugh about it. Frilled Paw caught Pete in a lie, oh dear. Frilled Paw, Jeweled Paw, and Pete had a nice talk while eating, and Spike Paw wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Pete's. Why are you so jealous of people's pelts, please? Everybody gets so jealous lately. And we still have 3 cats who are unable to participate. I guess 4 cats now, even though you're not injured. You're an elder now, so you cannot patrol anymore. That puts a little bit of a damper on things. I'm gonna be doing my best. Meanwhile, Saffron Star wants to get to know Wild Paw better. Do you mean Wildfire now? Wildfire? Petunia Mask is assigning cats to patrol the borders. Okay. I'm afraid I'm just gonna be focusing on hunting because we need food. Wild Skitter is looking forward to the Half Moon meeting. Jewel Paw is having a hard time keeping up with their training. Oh dear. Bluebell Blossom recently put a dead snake at the camp entrance to scare clanmates. Bluebell Blossom! My goodness, really? Where'd you get the dead snake? I mean, I guess you're kind of bored just cooped up in the medicine den, so you're resorting to what you need to do. Burrowdon is thinking about a strange 2-leg object they saw recently. Wildfire is playing a prank on Bluebell Blossom. You guys are both very interested in pranking everybody, huh? Bluebell Blossom and Wildfire. Frilled Paw is eavesdropping on Petunia Mask. Oh dear. Spike Paw feels disappointed after a missed catch. Aw, Spike Paw. And Pete is eavesdropping on Frilled Paw. Wasn't Frilled Paw? Yeah. Everybody's just eavesdropping. It's just... I swear there's like a meme for this. Like, where like you're eavesdropping on Petunia Mask. Pete is eavesdropping on you. Is anybody eavesdropping on Pete? Did I miss that somebody is eavesdropping on Pete? No. But still, you get the idea. I think that'd be hilarious. We only have 9 prey right now. The only cat who is satisfied... Okay, hang on. I need to feed... I'm gonna feed Bluebell Blossom first. Everybody else is at, like, 88. Saffron Star would be giving up their prey. Petunia Mask would be giving up their prey. So everybody, I think, is okay for now in terms of nutrition. So long as I bring back some sort of a decent-sized haul. There's 4 cats we're able to hunt. And between them, between these 4, I think we have 3 cats have teaching as a skill. And then we have Petunia Mask, who has a unique skill. Why do so many cats have teaching as a skill? I need some variation. I need some variety here, people. Whatever. There's a spring in their steps as the cats head out. Today looks like a good day for hunting. Yes, please. Petunia Mask chooses a completely stupid hunting spot to lead them all to. By the time the patrol gives up and heads back to camp, more than one cat is throwing surly glares in their direction. Petunia Mask, please! We only have 8 prey and a lot of cats who need food. Please, I cannot have this happen. You two, just herb gathering, I suppose. New Leaf should bring the new leaves on the blackberry brambles. Wild Skitter heads out to collect some, bringing Jewel Paw along. With Jewel Paw following them, Wild Skitter attempts to pick their way through the blackberry thorns to reach the leaves, but soon becomes clear it's a hopeless task. No luck! We had absolutely 0 luck today. This moon is evil. Next moon, we don't have enough prey. Bluebell Blossom's mangled tail seems to be fully healed finally, and the infection Burrodon's wound has abated. Good. And the herb stores are inspected by medicine cats, and the burdock went bad. We were looking for burdock. They have to be replaced with new ones. We were looking for burdock, weren't we? Oh, Saffron Star thanks Jewel Paw for checking to ask when they're feeling alright, and saw Frol Paw the other day and did get a chance to meow hello. Wild Skitter and Jewel Paw argue about something trivial, and neither of them apologize, and Wild Skitter thinks they can tell Spike Paw something important. Petunia Mask thinks they can tell Burrodon something important. Bluebell Blossom is really surprised that Pete's life isn't as easy as they thought it was. Wildfire turned to Pete in a time of need, only for Pete to abandon them. Pete! Burrodon is complaining that Frol Paw never does anything helpful. Pete admires Petunia Mask's dedication and thinks that Bluebell Blossom isn't very considerate of others. Jewel Paw appreciates how Bluebell Blossom always seems to ask how they're doing. I love how those two just kind of go in opposition with each other. Like, man, you don't even like bother to like check on anybody else. Yeah, I really love how you're always checking on me. Like, Bluebell Blossom, huh? Frol Paw swaps favorite prey with Burrodon, and Spike Paw sharing tongues with Burrodon. Could also be prey as well, but who knows? How is everybody's relationships with each other? I kind of want to see. You get along very well with your family members, and also with the 2 apprentices. A little bit with Wildfire, and a little bit with some of the others as well. Petunia Mask, also get along with your family besides Burrodon. You don't really get along with Burrodon. You do get along with Bluebell Blossom. And with Pete. And you don't get along with Wildfire. Interesting. Wild Skitter hates Saffron Star? Hello? When did this happen? Like, you feel secure and you feel secure in like Saffron Star's presence. You can rely on them. You do have a lot of platonic life, but you also hate them. Where did this come from? I have questions. You also have a lot of dislike towards Spikepod, Burrodon, Bluebell Blossom. And just kind of neutral about everybody besides Petunia Mask and Frol Paw. Interesting, interesting. Jewel Paw really appreciates Pete, and Spike Paw, Frol Paw not so much. You don't like Wild Skitter. It's interesting because you're Wild Skitter's apprentice. This could be interesting. I'm just like looking at these relationships like, what's going on here? Bluebell Blossom does not get along with Furrowed Paw or Pete. Burrowdon does not get along with Furrowed Paw or Spike Paw. Wild Skitter is kind of a no. Wildfire, pretty neutral. You do get along with Bluebell Blossom, Burrowdon, and Saffron Star. Furrowed Paw gets along with Pete, Jewel Paw, Spike Paw, and there's a lot of... Oh, you dislike Bluebell Blossom and Petunia Mask. There's like a lot of like... I'm very curious about the state of all these relationships. I don't think I've ever like had cats that just like hated each other before. And it's like one-way hate either. Saffron Star does not hate Wild Skitter. You really appreciate Wild Skitter, and with Wild Skitter... Oh, that is some angst for sure. That is like... This just feels like it's like a recipe for like some sort of like drama going on. I feel like I don't know how I'm feeling about that. That is so interesting to me. Saffron Star almost got lost near some two-leg nests. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Petunia Mask wonders how Furrowed Paw is doing. Wild Skitter is picking the burrs from their pelt. Jewel Paw gets lost on patrol. Jewel Paw! Bluebell Blossom ate a mouse while out on patrol. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you're getting some food. Burrowdon is giving some advice to Pete. Wildfire is grateful to Wild Skitter for their treatment. Furrowed Paw is rethinking their life choices. Spike Paw is relaxing in camp. And Pete is craving the taste of fish. Maybe we'll catch a fish. Who knows? We have 10 prey currently. And we have 5 cats who are able to hunt. So I'm going to send a 3-cat patrol. And they'll send a 2-cat patrol after that. So, you 3. Your patrol comes across a mouse. Please catch it! Your patrol narrowly misses the mouse, and a very small amount of prey is brought back to camp. 16 prey. Well, Bluebell Blossom and Spike Paw, please also do some hunting. Small hunting party heads out into the gathering dusk in the last rays of the sunset. And the hunt went bad. We didn't get any prey. It's no one's fault, but today's just one of those times. The cats console each other as they walk home. Wild Skitter, should I send you and Jewel Paw separately? I kind of think that could be interesting. Let's send them separately and see what happens, because they don't get along. New Leaf has brought new life to Feather Clan's territory, and Wild Skitter heads out to gather fresh goldenrod for the stores, and you gathered some goldenrod. You have a good eye for these things, snipping off the best, luscious goldenrod to take back for the clan stores. I'm sure the Jewel Paw wants to prove themselves too, to make sure that like they can get some good stuff too. With New Leaf having won against the snows of Leaf Bear, it's safer to go gather juniper needles from the trees. And you've also gathered some juniper. Even evergreens, make sure to send out new leaves in New Leaf. And Jewel Paw snips off the new, still soft needles, taking them home for Feather Clan. Excellent. I think I have time for one more go-round. How much prey do we have? We have a lot of hungry cats. Let's see. I'm kind of like looking. I feel like Burrowdon, I'm gonna feed one. Pete, I'm gonna feed one. I'm gonna feed the apprentices as well. And everybody else should be alright for now. We're low on food, but we're gonna have to make this work. So, final moon for this episode. We still don't have enough prey for next moon. Burrowdon's mangled tail has finally healed, but they'll always carry evidence of the incident on their pelt. I mean, hey, at least he got a cool scar out of it. Pete notices how loudly their stomach is rumbling, and they wish dearly they could have something to eat. I will make sure of that as soon as possible. Saffron Star comes up with a plan to sneak out of camp with Spike Paw. Always gotta show everybody, like, hey, if worst comes to worst and you need an escape method, this is how you do it. That's how I'm starting to interpret it, like, in this setting at least. Saffron Star appreciates Jewel Paw telling them they had a feather stuck to their face. Wild Skitter caught Bluebell Blossom complaining about them behind their back. Bluebell Blossom. But Wild Skitter thinks that Jewel Paw is very helpful. Good. You guys need to get along, please. Petunia Mask approves of Bluebell Blossom's recent efforts. Bluebell Blossom nods politely as Saffron Star passes by. Wildfire notices how Bluebell Blossom is being helpful around camp. Burrowdawn reminds Jewel Paw to grab something from the fresh kill pile if they haven't already. Pete thinks Petunia Mask is very helpful and thinks about how much Furled Paw reminds them of their own apprentice days. Jewel Paw bristles after being scolded by Wild Skitter. Furled Paw is telling jokes about Wildfire, and Spike Paw wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Petunia Masks. Well, at the very least... Ooh. Now look at you, Burrowdawn. I feel like, haven't you been in the Medicine Den since you began your apprenticeship? I feel like that's what's been going on. You've been in the Medicine Den for so long. And now you've got like a tiny little scar on your tail. It said you have a mangled tail. It's just a tiny little scar. It's fine. It's cute. Still in the Medicine Den is Saffron Star and Pete. Saffron Star has a broken bone now. That's right. I thought it was green cough. You got over your green cough. And Pete is starving. Actually, let me check the food stores. We have 10. Pete, we can feed you immediately. There we go. Anybody who needs more food, you need some. You need some. Anybody who's below 50 needs it. You need some. We have 5 prey now. But we have cats who are actually able to hunt. So, that's good. Saffron Star should not be going out far enough to see 2 lay kits. Petunia Mask feels overworked. I don't blame you, because Saffron Star's been stuck in the Medicine Den for such a long time. Wild Skitter is relaxing in camp. Jewel Paw saw a kitty pet with the fluffiest fur imaginable today. Fluffy kitty pets are adorable. Bluebell Blossom is looking around camp. Burrowdawn is giving some advice to Pete. Wildfire has a list of complaints for Saffron Star. You have so much to talk to Saffron Star about. Like, let me tell you, you have a serious case of main character syndrome here, I think, Wildfire. You know what? I love it. Wildfire wants to be the main character. They can think that as much as they want. I love it. Furled Paw is thinking about a strange 2-legged object they saw recently. Spike Paw is giving some advice to Bluebell Blossom. And Pete is telling scary stories to the younger cats. Ooh. Well, at the very least, Pete is, like, full enough. We don't have to worry about food for now. I mean, we have to worry about getting food, but... most cats aren't currently able-bodied. I think I can send 2-3 cat patrols to do some hunting. Please be successful. I need you to be successful, please. Catch them to a kit fox, which is carrying a mouse. You know what? I think you guys can take on a kit fox. It takes one look at the patrol and goes running away, tail between its legs, and we're gonna get that small amount of prey. I will take 17 prey. Meanwhile, Bluebell Blossom, Burrowdawn, and Wildfire also go hunting. All 3 of you have teaching abilities, but you have some fighting ability, so that's good. Come across a bird that's occupied scratching at the ground for insects, please. You narrowly miss the bird, but you bring back a very small amount of prey. We have exactly the amount of prey we need to feed everybody. Thank goodness. Exactly the amount. Wild Skitter and Jewel Paw. Should I send you together, or I'm gonna actually send you guys separately. Wild Skitter spots a bush of red berries, but you are very observant, so I think you would know. Yeah, you identify them as raspberries and carefully chew off a branch laden with them to bring back to camp. The herb stalks can use this odd fruit, especially its leaves. Very good, very good. And Jewel Paw, you think that more marigold would be useful, particularly with green leaf in full swing. The season will bring the marigold to bloom, and the flowers are just as useful as the leaves to Jewel Paw, and extremely easy to spot from a distance. Jewel Paw is distracted today and affects their work. The patrol is unsuccessful. Oh, Jewel Paw. Well, at least most everybody's healed up. Saffron Star's got a broken bone. But you know what? Saffron Star I feel like would be... I don't think Saffron Star has 9 lives. I'm not as concerned about you potentially dying to a broken bone. Like, didn't we have a cat that died to a broken bone? Like, it didn't even say that they had an infection. It just said they died from a broken bone. And I'm still confused about that. But I think that so far, I think that we've recovered pretty nicely. Still a little nervous about food, but you know, we've got as much food as we need. We have our resources stocked up. Everything should be good. So I think that now is a good time to end this episode. So guys, thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of The Wastes. If you enjoyed, please be sure to go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment down below letting me know any of what you think. And if you're not already, please do consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay safe out there, everybody.